Also ahead, big changes coming out at ABIA.
The first week in May, we're going to have 11 new nonstop routes starting out of this airport.
If you have been out to Austin-Bergstrom International Airport recently, you probably noticed how busy it is. Well, still ahead, a look at how continued growth may change ABIA and a look at the new South Terminal, which opens to the public soon. Air travel is taking off at Austin-Bergstrom International Airport. Several airlines are about to start new nonstop service to key destinations, including 2 popular cities in Mexico. KVU's Olga Campos has more on the increase in ABIA air traffic in this all-new at 6 report.
This bright green building is now ABIA's new South Terminal. Beginning May 1st, this is where passengers will arrive and depart on VivaAerobus's nonstop flights to Cancun and Monterrey, Mexico. Workers are almost finished turning the former Texas National Guard warehouse into the nation's first low-cost terminal.
Because the airline is saving money by operating here at this terminal, then they're able to pass that money savings on to the consumer.
Now, the no-frills nonstop flights to Mexico are not the only new direct destinations to Austin that are coming online.
The first week in May, we're going to have 11 new nonstop routes starting out of this airport.
The new nonstop flights include Air Canada to Toronto, JetBlue to Fort Lauderdale and Orlando, U.S. Air to Charlotte, Northwest to Indianapolis, and Southwest to Oakland.
The airlines are responding to what they see needs are here because they will put their planes where the route does best for them.
Increased routes will increase the passenger traffic at ABIA, which hit the 8 million mark in 2006. Already plans are underway to add more gates and parking to handle continued growth. It shouldn't take long for passengers to find the new South Terminal. It's south of the main airport off Burleson Road and General Aviation Avenue. VivaAerobus will be the first, but it's not expected to be the only low-cost carrier to move here as air travel in and out of Austin continues to take off. Olga Campos, KVU News.
And for more information on Project Green initiatives, just log on to our website at kvu.com and click on the Project Green tab to find out what you can do to save energy.
Well, in the world of gas-guzzling air travel, you might not expect to find a green, energy-efficient operation.
Yeah, but Austin's newest airline says it is doing just that. Fox 7's Mike Rosen is at ABIA, where VivaAerobus is less than a month away from starting service. Mike.
Yeah, Mike, let's not get this mixed up. Of course, their planes are not very fuel efficient when you're flying a 737, but the airline whose new terminal is actually being built on the other side of the airport is proud that it is green in more ways than one.
No denying this building is green on the outside, but VivaAerobus, whose contractor gutted the old Air Force building and is converting it to its freestanding terminal on the opposite side of the airport, is proud that it's pretty green on the inside, too.
Use some of the existing walls.
Terminal manager Lori Dorn gives us the tour, which includes the basic functions of larger airport terminals.
After passengers check in here, then they'll carry their bags right over to the TSA drop-off area. This is their X-ray machine that's come in today.
But on a smaller scale and with cost and the environment in mind. No jet bridges. Passengers will walk outside to board their planes. The baggage conveyor belts are not mechanical, and maintenance of the building has air quality in mind.
The cleaning and that sort of thing, we're using all eco-friendly paper products and cleaning materials, all the way to the equipment that the cleaners will be using. They're going to be using buffers and vacuum cleaners with HEPA filters.
In fact, Dorn says the terminal will only hire local green contractors. A win-win for the environment and the airline, because the energy and environmental savers are also cost-saving measures. Minimalization that folds into VivaAerobus's business model and allows it to compete as a low-cost carrier.
It's a totally different product. I mean, over there is a fancy terminal, and here we have a simple terminal. But I mean, the experience is not in the terminal. It's in Cancun or Monterey, having a breed or a beer.
Coming up at the bottom of the hour, we'll take a closer look at VivaAerobus's operations, its fares, and also whether the high and soaring cost of fuel might force those fares to come up a little bit as well. We'll see you back here in a little while.
Be interesting to find that out. Thank you, Mike. Well,
Austin's newest low-fare carrier starts service out of Bergstrom in about a month. But what will high fuel costs do to those low fares? I'll have a report coming up.
Welcome back. A few moments ago, we saw a very green airline terminal going up at ABIA for a new low-cost airline, which is good news that it's moving in.
Well, the real question is this going to be able to succeed with all the rising fuel costs? So let's go back out to the airport. Fox 7's Mike Rosen standing by with more on that. Mike.
Yeah, every industry feels it, especially this one. You know, unlike Southwest Airlines a few years ago, VivaAerobus was not able to hedge its fuel costs because prices were already so high by the time it got into the game. And that is a challenge particularly for a low-fare carrier that advertises fares as low as $10 one way into Mexico. VivaAerobus begins operation in Austin May 1st. That's 4 weeks from today with service to Cancun and Monterey. Austin is the first U.S. port of entry for that Mexican airline. The carrier says it has no intention of passing on the high cost of fuel to its customers. Instead, it believes it can operate at a higher level of efficiency and productivity than its competitors.
It's something that the airline has to absorb, and how do you absorb it? You need to be more efficient, try to reduce other type of costs.
Now, other efficiencies include the terminal that we showed you earlier, a no-frills building with no jet bridges. They keep their planes in the air longer. It also went with a Southwest-type business model using a fleet of one type of aircraft, the 737, which means that its maintenance costs would be lower in the long term. And keep in mind, though, all of their tickets are not that low a price. In fact, that $9.99 one way from here to Monterey actually comes out to be $55 one way and $142 round trip. So that's about as cheap as you can go on this airline. That's still a lot lower than the competition, but those are just a few select seats on those flights as well. Many of those will probably be more in line with their competitors. Reporting live from ABIA, Mike Rosen, Fox 7 News Age.
News Radio 590 KLBJ. I'm Shauna Castellano. It's 4:30. Construction crews are putting the finishing touches on the terminal for Austin's new low-cost airline. Terminal manager Laura Doran says they'll be ready by the time VivaAerobus begins flights to Mexico on May 1st.
We're almost done. We're just doing finish up, just kind of tweaking everything. We're about to start testing our baggage system.
VivaAerobus is offering flights to Cancun and Monterey for as little as $10 one way. Those flights will leave from the new terminal on the south side of the airport. News Radio 590 KLBJ. I'm Shauna Castellano at 6:02. The first flights from Austin's new low-cost airline are less than a month away. Here's KLBJ Stephen Pickering with the details.
Crews are putting the finishing touches on the terminal for VivaAerobus. It's on the south side of the airport, away from the rest of the airlines. Terminal manager Laura Doran says the building used to be part of the Air Force Base.
We wanted to use something that was here, recycle it.
Doran says they're using green building techniques to protect the environment, and as a reminder, they've painted the building bright green.
We wanted it to be something that would be easy to find, that would be bright, kind of like Austin, kind of different.
VivaAerobus begins its flights to Mexico for less than $10 one way on May 1st. At Austin-Bergstrom International Airport, Stephen Pickering, News Radio 590 KLBJ.
Se abre una nueva frontera entre México y los Estados Unidos. Hoy se presentó la obra completa en el Aeropuerto Internacional de Austin del terminal que servirá a la aerolínea mexicana VivaAerobus para atender a los pasajeros de nuestra ciudad en vuelos directos desde Austin hasta Ciudad de México. En el recorrido vimos las instalaciones de carga, equipaje, mostradores de atención al cliente y otras novedades. Los pasajeros ya no serán transportados en autobús y el acceso al avión será igual a cualquier otro terminal del aeropuerto.
From Austin's newest airport terminal, you can get south of the border for less than the cab fare to the airport. A one-way ticket could cost you as low as $9.99. Laura Doran is with the Austin-Bergstrom International Airport.
Well, the South Terminal is a terminal specifically designed to accommodate low-cost air carriers. It's the first one built in the United States. And we will be, first of all, servicing nonstop flights to Monterey and Cancun.
The new South Terminal is green inside and out. The building was recycled from an old Bergstrom Air Force Base hangar. Environmentally conscious contractors were used, there is no mechanized baggage equipment, and all cleaning supplies and paper products are ecologically friendly. And if this wasn't enough, Austin-Bergstrom decided to take it a bit further.
Since we're trying to make it easy for passengers to find the South Terminal, we chose a very bright green and it's very easy to see, and we just kind of wanted to give it sort of an edgy, sort of funky feel, kind of like Austin, so we'd fit right in.
The first flight takes off May 1st. Harrison Powers, KET News.